Hi, hello. Happy Saturday. I'm talking who sent me a message. Oh no, it's nothing important. It's just a notification. We all know we get those, don't we? Notifications that you're not really interested in, that you've got no desire to watch or see or anything. And yet the people that you want to have a conversation with don't appear. Anyway, I'm just starting. I couldn't decide all day what to crochet. I really couldn't. Normally, I've got something lined up, what I want to make next, list kind of thing. But today, no, I didn't. So, oh, excuse me, the chair's running away with me. It's on wheels, so it's running away with me. Hi, Christina. My chair's running away with me. now, now it's stuck on the rug. Oh, I give up. I shall just stay here. Oh dear. Hi, Linda. My chair's getting jammed on my rug here. Yeah. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my chair. Usually I've got things lined up. I want to crochet next. But today I just didn't. I hadn't got a clue. So I went into the garage and started looking through all my vintage patterns. Yeah. More tea, Vicar. Woo! Oh, thank you for tuning in again. You're always welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Rosie, the rose-loving lady. Hello, and hello, Esther. And it's been lovely today. It's been quite nice and sunny. I didn't have any washing to put out, sadly. I could have gone around the house without looking for something, couldn't I? Because it was such a nice day. But my friend came round. I know it's not a nice subject, but I was having trouble with my toilet seat. Every time I sat on it, it sort of went, oops, and I was going whoop with it. So I bought a new toilet seat, but the plumber couldn't get it off. Anyway, my friend volunteered her husband, and he had a similar problem. Anyway, he did manage to get it off. The screws were broken, that hold the toilet seat to the toilet. They were broken, and they couldn't get it off. Anyway, they managed. He managed. Superman, he managed. Yeah. So, hi, Lizzie. I thought it was you, but I thought I better not say anything just in case it's not you. Don't want to be saying hello, Lizzie, to the wrong person, do I? Anyway, I decided I'd do another cardigan like this one. I wear this a lot. And I have a dress that I got recently that doesn't have a cardigan. You know me, matchy. I have to be matchy, don't I? I can't bear to wear a clashing cardigan. That's why, if you've looked at the Facebook, you'll see my 3 rails full of crochet garments. And they are not the ones for sale, they are mine. Yeah. I've got so many. But, oh, it's pouring down, is it? Yeah. This is a cone I got from, where did I get it from? She says, looking at it. Woolly, what is it? Woolly something or other. Oh, woolyknit.com I got it from. I got about 5 of them. They had so many of the colours on half price. That magic word, half price, that gets you running, So I ordered about, I think it was about 5. I've used, I think, 2, yeah. You're wilting with the heat. Well, it's not. When I say it's warm, we are talking UK warm, which isn't that warm, really. But it's a nice sunny day, so we have to be grateful it wasn't raining. So that's what we have to be grateful for. Anyway, as I say, my friend commandeered her husband into fixing the toilet seat, and her son was having a great time. I'm just hoping I'm not turning him into a little arsonist, because I got a fire pit and I was overrun with cardboard. So we decided to illegally set fire to the cardboard. And he was like, more or less dancing around the flames. And she said, if he turns out to be an arsonist, I'm blaming you. Yeah, oh, the price is ridiculous. I know everything's gone up. I mean, as you know, I've been selling a lot of my things that I made previously. And I was saying to people that if I was to take orders, I couldn't even get the wool for what I'm selling them for now. Yeah, I'm just selling them. As you know, I have a shock sort of, oh, telling me I'm going to go off in a minute. I had a shock sort of estimate from my electrician, which I'm going to have to find and have to pay because it's a matter of it's dangerous, isn't it? You know. So I decided I would just sell whatever I could out of the garage for whatever I could get for it. Not being the businesswoman that I once was, you know, I'm just like, I just want the money. Give me the money, honey. As I didn't win the lottery yet again on Wednesday, despite having 2 lucky dips as well as the ones I'd paid for. Yeah. Hi, Kimberly. So, yes, that's what I am doing. The pattern, I think you can still get it on Etsy. I think I've seen it on Etsy. Oops. It's in 4-ply or fingering if you're in America. Oh, my fingers are not working. It's great when you have fingers that don't work. You try dropping a medication, a tablet on the floor, tracing it all around when your fingers don't grasp. You try that. I've even tried to stick it. I even thought of getting the dustpan and brush at one stage because I couldn't pick it up. It's fun. It's fun. That's the pattern anyway. It's a Serdar pattern, 9109, 4-ply or fingering if you're in America. And I made it in white for my niece. I made it in black for myself. And I've got it in another colour for myself as well. It's one of my go-to patterns, you know. I'm afraid I'm not a lover of modern patterns, not a lot of them. I can't get on with them. I prefer when they tell me less, if you know what I'm saying. They just say, do this, do that, do the other. I don't like it when they tell me how many stitches I have on the end of every row. And they make every simple task into being a difficult thing to read. You know, you're reading it, you're going, what? And then you read it again and you think, they mean that. That's what they mean. Just that is what they mean. So all that gobbledygook was all a waste of time, really, you know. Well, it was for me. It might not be for people who are newer crocheters that want all this gobbledygook. You know, they want to be spoon-fed every way, you know, every which way but choose. Why am I bonging again? I am bonging. Ricky Kanaka. I like watching him. He goes into these rescue places with these dogs that have been deemed to be, you know, either hopeless cases or vicious or whatever. And he goes and sits in with them and talks to them and different things. And he usually manages to get them all adopted. So that's what that was. It was a bong that he'd made a new post. I was watching one today and he was a boxer. And I was looking at it thinking, oh, bless, it reminded me so much of my Buster. And then I found a picture of Buster and Gigi curled up together on the sofa. So I thought, oh, bless. Little and large, they were such good friends, yeah. Such good friends. I like living here because actually, even though I don't have an animal, I think I've told you before, I live opposite a park, which is unofficially really a dog park. It's not a park with, well, I don't think it is. I've never been in. I don't think it's a park with pretty flowers. And it's definitely not got a playground because the playground's further up the street on its own, not actually into the park. One of these days I'll go in the park. I've been here, 14, 15 months, and I've never been in yet. And I did say at the very beginning, I'm going to go in that park and have a look what it's like. But anyway, it's a haven for dogs. So when I sit in my front room, I get dog after dog going past. So sweet to see them. And if I go outside, you know, with my scooter and things like that, there's always a dog to talk to. There's always a little one to say hello to, you know. So I do get me doggy fixes, if you know what I'm saying, even though I don't actually have one of my own anymore. It's a big responsibility. I've said that before, owning an animal these days. Especially at my time of life, I wouldn't want a puppy because I'd be leaving it behind maybe, you know, because dogs live quite a long time. I can't guarantee I'll be here in 12 or 14 years to look after a dog. And I would hate it to have to be surrendered and go into a kennel or something. You know, so no, it's not really fair. I'll just content myself with patting other people's. Be a dog whisperer. Still. Hi, Ethan. I did say hello, Kimberly, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yeah. My sales video did do well. I have sold what? I've sold 2, but I've got the potential of selling another 4 if everything works out right. And the lady who bought my cream one with all the ribbons hanging off of it, she's thrilled to bits with it. Absolutely. She said it's much nicer in person than it looked on the video. So that's nice, isn't it? And the lady who had the ponchos sent a message to Kimberly saying that she was really thrilled with the ponchos. So it's nice when they like things. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but my stuff isn't rubbish, you know what I mean? I do crochet fairly decently. So, you know, I'm not one of these that is a bit of a novice. I mean, when I see some of the things that are advertised for sale, I'm like, you kidding? You joking? They're so badly crocheted. And you're thinking, really? Is somebody going to buy that? Hey, Nathan. Hello. Guess who I had a phone call from today? Trevor. He's taken a canal boat, canal barge, whatever you call them, all the way up from London up to Manchester. And he phoned me up to said how wonderful Manchester was. He absolutely loves it. He fell in love with it. He said, the people are wonderful, the people are friendly. I said, why do you think I want to go back? I miss it so much. He said he couldn't believe how friendly people are in Manchester. I said, well, they are. They just are. So I wonder if we'll get him bringing his boat up and putting it into the marina in Manchester. It was a friend of his and she was too nervous to bring it all the way up from London. So he got the commission of sailing it, or whatever you call it. I think it's sailing, isn't it? Even though it hasn't got a sail. Cruising, yeah. So he's in the marina. Guess where he's near, Nathan? He's near Canal Street, and he loves it. Yeah. Hi, Val. How you doing? How you diddling? How's Eric? I've just started a new one of these cardies. You know me, I've got a new dress, well, a new to me dress, and it has this colour in it, and none of my cardigans match. So I have to be matchy-matchy, don't I? This dress was all right because it's got a lot of black in it. Very jazzy, but I can wear a black cardigan. I haven't got a pink one. I haven't got one that bright pink. But black goes with it. Do you know, it's brilliant, this dress. It's got buttons all down the front, but they're on elastic. Isn't that a great idea? So, like, when you move about, you don't pop the buttons off. You know, like at the bottom where you might astride, the buttons might pop because your button's all the way down. It's a good idea, isn't it, putting them on with elastic? Yeah. It's not too bad. Oh, good. It's what we like to hear. I think I told you all my electrician came, didn't I? The actual consumer board wasn't as dangerous as I thought it was. In other words, all my plug sockets and that, even though I haven't got very many of them, are safe, but my light switches weren't. None of my light switches were earthed. So in other words, when I switch a light on, I could go zzz. He said, please don't change any light bulbs till I've been. I said, I hope I've no intentions to. Anyway, I'm having to have new light fittings because the ones I've got are metal and I can't have metal. Oh, I don't know what there is anyway. So this one, I'm having one very similar without that smoke alarm because it drives me crackers. I mean, the one in the hall is bad enough. Every time I have a shower, and believe me, I don't have boiling hot showers. Every time I have a shower, the smoke alarm goes off in the hall. Wee, wee. So everybody knows in the street that I've had a shower because, yeah, I've tried closing the door. I've tried everything. But I can't open the window in the bathroom unless I was about 6'6", because I would have to lean all the way over the toilet and the wash basin. And it's right at the top, the open. You'd think they'd put one lower down, wouldn't you? But right at the top is the opening, and I can't get there. And I'm not going to bring a pair of ladders in every time I have a shower just to open the bathroom window. So what I usually do is I leave the door open so that the steam disperses through the bungalow. And that is when my smoke alarm goes. And I daren't cook bacon. I mean, I am not that bad of a cook. I don't burn the bacon. I cook it low, you know. No, the smoke alarm. What I'll do is I'll get a separate one. I mean, I know you need a smoke alarm. I'll get a separate one, but I'll put it somewhere away from right above, you know, the cooker. I'll put it over to one side, you know, so that it'll still go off if there's a fire, but it won't be going off every time I try to cook anything. You know, if I let the spuds boil or anything, it's flipping heck. Makes me out to be a rotten cook. Open the oven door, you know. So that will change. Oh dear. I've got a feeling this is coming out a bit wide. I always think that when I start off, I think, well, this is going to be a bit big. And then I've got this, obviously a different impression in my head. So I must be a lot tinier than I actually am. Yeah. Hi, Helen. Did you finally get the email? Helen and I have been playing email catch-up all afternoon. I'd send her an email. She couldn't see it. So I said, well, I'll send it again. So I sent her about 4 emails. She couldn't read any of them. So eventually she made herself a new account. So I'm hoping you've got that one. Oh dear. Look, you just love it. Technology is wonderful, isn't it? Especially when you're dim like me. I wish I was technologically minded. I think it must be a steam alarm. Why does it go off when I have a shower? It's not a fire, is it? And I don't have boiling hot showers. No way. It's only well, not tepid, just a bit warmer than tepid. But I don't like hot showers. I don't like cold ones either. I think the only time I've ever had cold showers was when we did have a heat wave, probably about 20 years ago. I can remember it well. Where we did actually have a heat wave in England, yeah. They keep promising us. They promised us a heat wave this weekend. But I don't know where it is because it's certainly not up here. Are you having a heat wave, anybody? Anybody in the UK? Anybody having a heat wave? I think Lyndon said it was raining up in Scotland. So somebody's having it. Trevor did say he might come on. I'm working on another cardigan like this one, which is, oh gosh, here we go again, trying to open the pattern with rickety fingers. I'm making another one of those. It's a vintage pattern, but it is still on Etsy. You've had a lot. We've had sun, but I wouldn't say it was warm. It was warm in Yorkshire, was it more, T. Vicar? Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know what to make. I was going through all my vintage patterns. Oh, gosh. Is that All the Nice Boys Love a Sailor? That grandson. I saw a picture of Val's grandson in his uniform. Oh, I do love a man in a uniform. Oh. I mean, I'm way, way, way too old for a man in a uniform. Unless it's what they call it, the Chelsea pensioners. 37. I don't think we would hit 37 if we tried, yeah. It was 27 in Surrey. That's nice as well. It's 15 here in the minute. If anybody's interested, it's 15. Not exactly, you know, setting the world ablaze, is it? I'm still laughing at my friend's son. He wasn't quite dancing round the fire pit, but he was getting quite close. And he was like, and when they said it's time to go, he said, "No, can I not throw another few pieces on you?" And we're going, no, no, because it was blowing. It was cardboard and it was blowing everywhere. It was, and I had my bedroom window on like an idiot, yeah. So now everywhere smells of smoke, but still. What I'll do is I'll burn the cardboard one little bit at a time. That looks too wide. Oh, really? Am I that fat? Let me measure. Yeah, I've been sat in the garage on my scooter. Oh, it measures 11, so that's 22. That's 44. It's a bit big, that. I didn't have a 3mm hook in the kind of hook I like using, so I've got a 3.25. So I am actually doing the second size, which says 12 to 14. But when you look at the actual measurement, it's 40 inches. But this is 42. I don't like things big anymore. Measure. Oh, I'd have to take it off then, wouldn't I? I'd have to do a strip tease to get this one off. It does look a bit big. How many less is the size underneath? It's only 10. No. 12 stitches less, isn't it? 123 less 111. 11 from 23, that's 12, isn't it? So I take 12 stitches back. I'd have to get rid of that bit on the end, but I can still do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe that, Nelson? Why am I calling you Nelson? Nathan. I believe that if it happens. Right, that looks more me size. I can get rid of that end bit. I'm not unpulling it. I hate doing the first row. I don't know whether anybody else is the same. You know, that first row when you have to go into the chain. I find it really difficult. So I am not pulling it back. I will bind it and sort of cut it when I'm sewing it together, if you know what I'm saying. Right, that measures 10, so that measures 40, that's right. Right. I've just gone off oversized things. I really have. Big and baggy is just, well, I am big and baggy, but I don't want a big and baggy sweater. I just want to be me. My electrician is coming June the 11th. And he's going to leave, he's going to put a light fitting in the kitchen, but he's just going to put like a dangle light fitting in the, I don't like the light fitting that's in the front room anyway. But I'm fancying a Tiffany lamp, but I know they're so dear, aren't they? Tiffany lampshade. You see any bargains in Tiffany lampshades, let me know. I've got you all on the lookout. Send me the link. I don't usually use the big light anyway, but it doesn't look very nice if you have a bare bulb hanging down, does it? It's not very chic. It's a bit like poverty tenements, isn't it? You know, having a light bulb dangling with no shade on it. Yeah, I've got a Tiffany lamp as a, you know, a little light, but that shade wouldn't fit on a big light anyway. I have seen them, but the proper ones, you know, the glass ones, they're going to hundreds. I'll be selling a lot more crochet, won't I, to get a Tiffany light? You've got to laugh, haven't you? Otherwise you'd cry. Yeah. I had 2 lucky dips on Wednesday on the lottery, as well as the ones I'd paid for. Didn't win a carrot. Not a carrot. And I was hoping I'd get an AdSense payment this month, but so far I haven't got one. They usually pay out on the 23rd. Well, it's the 23rd today. But, oh, the other end's coming round. Fastening onto the other bit. Don't you just hate it when you get the 2 ends knot? They always knot together like they're meant to be mating. It's the bottom of the cone has now wound itself round the working yarn that I'm using and gone into a knot. Yeah, it's knotted itself. Right, scissors. Not cutting my working yarn, don't worry. I'm cutting the bit. There, yeah, gone. Now I need to stick that. Oh, where can I put it? If I had sellotape, I could stick it up there, couldn't I? Let's hope it stays up there inside the cone. There. Stay inside the cone. Don't come out again. I talk to things. I don't know whether you do. I don't know whether it's a sign I'm crackers or everybody else does it. Since I've lived on my own, I never did when I lived on my own before, but since I've lived on my own, living here, I find I'm talking out loud a lot, whether it's because I like company. It's like a running commentary sometimes, and I'm like, are you talking to yourself again, Janet? Yeah, you are, aren't you? You know, if I do something stupid, I'm like, what have you done that for, you daft thing? You know, I'm wittering away to myself. I don't know whether anybody else does it or not, but yeah. Now, come on, girls and boys. I've got 29 people in and only 11 thumbs up, so thumbs in the air. Thumbs in the air. Yeah, Val, thumbs up, thumbs up. Hey, oh. You've done it for me. Thank you very much, Morty Vicar. Thank you very much. What's everybody doing? It's bank holiday. Have you all got somewhere to go nice tomorrow or Monday? Have you got things planned? I'm not going anywhere. I am staying home. I'm still wanting to plant those seedlings outside. I've still not done them. My poor little sunflowers are getting really leggy. They're like that. They'll keep falling over, yeah. You talk to yourself as well. I miss my dog because we used to have long conversations with the dog. Yeah. And my dog actually used to look at me like he understood. Well, of course he did. Yeah. Well, you don't need, I mean, they just put the head on one side and they prick their ears up, don't they, as if they're listening to you, yeah. You're going to try and empty the craft room? Oh, right, yeah. If you get rid of anything interesting, let me know, Val. Oh, my dog certainly used to know what I was talking about. If you use the key buzzwords, like, treat and walk and things like that, he knew all those words. He certainly knew the word bath because he'd be gone behind the sofa. And I said, I think it's time we had a bath for Buster. Gone. Yeah. Yeah. I might be going out Tuesday to see a friend. I haven't spoken to her actually since. I haven't spoken to her since, but I think I'm supposed to be seeing her on Tuesday. But still, it's only Saturday, isn't it? I've got a couple of days to get in touch with her because she's got some seeds for me, some flower seeds, which I need to get a move on with planting. Some of the bulbs I've planted have come up. 2 or 3 of the hyacinths, not all of them. Some of them have just withered on the vine, yeah. But I think about 3 of the hyacinths have come up, yeah. And a couple of the gladioli have come up. But they did that last year, but they never got any flowers. They just came up with the leaves. And the leaves got taller and taller and taller, but no gladiola. Nothing appeared. So I've planted them again this year, and the same thing's happening. I've got about 1.5 foot of green. I'm not very green-fingered, you can tell, can't you? Not very green-fingered. At all, at all, at all. Yeah, if you got anything interesting in your craft room, let me know, Val, I love nosing around other people's craft rooms. I'm lovely with green things, like cheese plants, things like that. Things that don't have flowers. I'm all right with that. Anything. Well, I would do, but I'd never find my way, Val. I'd never find my way. Hiya, Chris. If it involves trams and scooters, then I would be lost. I have no bump of direction. And it's not a recent thing. I've never had a bump of direction. When I used to drive a car, my son used to say, Mum, it's obvious if you've turned left. When you're coming back, you're turning right. And I used to say, yeah, well, that's your logic, not mine, yeah. You've got a cheese plant here of sort edible wild plant. No, this is a Montessera, they called her, something like that. Something like that, aren't they? Montessera or something. I do well with cheese plants. Don't ask me why I do. Yeah. And I do well with spider plants. They go bananas, spider plants. They're all over the place. Yeah. Whatever. He said, I can't even say it. I do lovely. I grew one at the other house and I had to give it away because it got as far as the ceiling and then it started going across the ceiling and down the other side. So I had to get rid of it because people used to say, That's Janet's house, the one with the tree. Yeah. No, this one's a definitely, they call them cheese plants, but yeah, I think they're onto something or others. I'm all right with them, and I've got my lemon geranium. There's no flowers on it, but it smells gorgeous. If you go near it and you touch the leaves, beautiful smell of lemons, yeah. But anything with a flower. Val gave me a beautiful poinsettia at Christmas. I killed it. I tried my best with it, Val, but I killed it. It was. I went one day, drew the curtains, and all the little flowers fell off on the floor. Oh dear. No, I gave my cheese plant to a company, and they had it in the foyer, and then the company went bump. And I used to drive past it and see my cheese plant dying, and it died because there was nobody in to water it because they locked it up because it was, repossessed because they hadn't been paying the rent. And the cheese plant, I watched it die. And it was a beautiful thing. It was like a tree. Beautiful. Yeah, I know what you mean about smelling things. I got some perfume the other week. Nothing wrong with the smell. I had to give it to Linda. I said, every time I put it anywhere near me, I sneezed. My eyes were running. I don't know what was in it. I bet you didn't. Your eyes didn't run, did they, Linda? I bet you were fine with it. I'm really weird with perfumes and smells and things. I was going to bring it in. I found me, that thing I used to have when I was at Press Switch, and it used to puff, poof, like that. And everybody used to say, you're on fire, because they see this, woof, woof. And it was like a air freshener thing. And I got some new perfume oils to put in it. And I put one in, and it was rose. And it does smell lovely, but after a while, it does give me a headache. And yet it smells gorgeous. It makes the house smell beautiful. I was going to bring it in here and put it on. Yeah. Oh, some perfumes do. Some perfumes give you a migraine. The stronger ones, like opium and things like that. Oh, I can't stand them. They make me feel terribly sick. Yeah. I love the perfume oils. Well, the ones that used to be at Body Shop. Now they've watered them down. They're not even oily. I mean, the oils, you used to feel it was so oily. You could feel it on your fingers, but now it's like watery oil. I don't know how they've managed to combine water and oil, but they've managed it. I used to love their perfume oils because they used to get stronger as the day went on. They used to combine with your skin oils and that. My uncle was chrysanthemums. So all he ever grew was chrysanthemums. He used to get prizes for them at one of these horticultural shows, yeah. I did have an orchid that somebody bought me, and it lasted absolutely years. And everybody had said to me at the time, it won't last long, it won't last long. But it loved my kitchen window bottom. It really did. And I had it for 3 or 4 years, which is unusual for an orchid. But it did. And then I like those, are they called amaryllis? They're beautiful then. Like great big bells when they open up. I had one of those for ages. And then all of a sudden, they just seem to come to the end of their life, don't they? They just die, and you don't know why. It's like the poppies. I used to have a big bunch of poppies growing in my garden. And then one year they just weren't there. And it wasn't like it was a big clump of them, like you get rhubarb in a big clump. It was a big clump of poppies, red poppies. They were gorgeous. And I did have poppy seeds I planted last year, but not one of them came up. Man, I'm going to use that propagator again. It's done well. But I need to put my sunflowers out. They're going too leggy. They're going like little spindle things and leggy. So I don't think they're going to fatten up, if you know what I mean. I'll plant them a bit lower down in the soil, not just on the surface. I'll plant them a bit further down so that hopefully they'll grow a bit thicker. I keep saying I'm going to do these things, but I never get round to it. On the days when I'm raring to go, it starts to rain. And I've got nowhere indoors that I can plant, because my conservatory's too small to put a table in. So I have to plant outside on a table. And if the weather's bad, that's me gone. I can't do with all this bending and stretching anymore. I've got to sit down. Yeah. It's fun getting old. It's really fun. Fun. It's fun. I love this, but once again, Val, it's washerwear crepe 4-ply. Tell you, I wish they did that. I wish they still did it. Washes absolutely brilliantly. Well, if it was your ex, I would imagine you were glad he was away from you doing the orchids. I was always fine with my ex going and playing squash and everything else. Ta! I can watch what I want on the telly now. Because in the good old days, we only had one telly between us, you see. So, if I wanted to watch anything, what are you watching that for? This is a cone. I got 5 cones. I think I'll look what it was called. It's ages ago. I don't know if they're still around. What's it called? Woolyknit.com. And they had certain colours on half price. Oh, the ends come out again. So I got the ones that were on half price. I think they were about £12, and I think I got these for about £5 or £6. That was as much as I wanted to pay at the time. But one cone does a cardigan here. I used one of them to make like a purpley coloured cardigan. I can't remember what the other colour I did. I've used 2 of the cones already. Denise bought them as well. Yes, 4-ply, yeah. Yeah, Denise from Dear Design, she bought some. In fact, I think she's still using one of hers as well. She was using a grey one the other week. Don't know how many grams they've got on them, but they go forever. I wonder if Heather will remember to ask her daughter if she's got that toolkit. Probably not. She'll probably forget to ask her. Yeah, I was given a wonderful knitting machine, but there was no toolkit with it. I don't mean a toolkit for if it breaks down. I mean a toolkit with all the little bits and pieces that you need to knit with. There's like, if you don't understand knitting machines, there's like a transfer tool that you do the shaping with, doing raglans and things, yeah. Yeah, you said that, Linda. We had some wool in the charity shop where she works and somebody stole it. I hope she can't knit with it being a boucle. People are disgusting stealing. I mean, a lot of the little shops are really suffering, aren't they? Because, I mean, I know the big stores are suffering, but the little shops suffer more, don't they? Because they can't absorb the loss of people stealing things. I mean, when I had a shop, I used to sell like babies' dresses. And I looked up one, and these dresses were disappearing. So I went around the corner like that, and there's a guy with a hold all putting these baby dresses in. I said, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And he just fled and left me with the hold all. Cheeky things. I can remember donkeys years ago. I was in Kendal Mills in Manchester, very, very posh store. And there was a woman in front of me, and they had gloves, leather gloves, expensive leather gloves, and they were like on hands. And they were tied together like the pair. So she was taking them off and trying them on her hands like that, and then like, no, she putting them back on the hands like that. Then she tried another one on, put it on her hands, no. And then with her elbow, she elbowed a pair, and they dropped right in a handbag that was underneath. And then she carried on as if nothing had happened, trying gloves on her other hands. And then it was like, no, I'm not bothered. Put them down and walked out. I thought, and they were really, really expensive kid leather gloves, yeah. Woolly knitters, I didn't pay £24 for it. I paid about a fiver for mine, I think, at the time. Yeah, but she was a right, how can I put it? She might have been all fur coat and no knickers, but she was a very posh-looking woman. You know the kind with a good coat on and a good handbag and all that. She probably thieved them, hasn't she, when you think about it, yeah? Yeah. Well, you're obviously the free charity shop in town, aren't you? They're going to thieve from you. And a friend of mine used to work in a charity shop, and she said the number of people who used to go into the charity shop and, if they went in with a tatty pair of trousers, they'd go in the changing room, put the new trousers on, leave the tatty ones behind and walk out. They used to do it with shoes as well. Some people have the attitude that they say, well, it was given anyway. And I'm like, that's not the point. People didn't give it to be stolen. They gave it to raise money for the particular charity. Because some people choose a charity shop with care, don't they, when they're, giving things away, because they want to go, to the charity shop of their choice. But some people's got this attitude that, oh, well, it got given, they don't miss it if I steal it, Sad, it's the way of the world, sadly. And it's not always the like down and outs, the people that you think, oh, well, bless, they haven't got any money, but it's not always them. You can understand in a way if somebody goes in a shop and steals like bread or something that, they're starving or something, but that's not the way it is these days. They go in and steal the most expensive thing, if a mother's got no bread to feed her kids, you can understand they're stealing the loaf, can't you? I mean, I know I condone it, but you can understand it. But these are just serial thieves. And it's getting worse. They threatened. I went in the charity shop the other week because I bought 2 little baskety things, they're only £1 each. And there's a sign over by the till saying, please do not ask for a discount. We do not haggle. The only time I disputed something was there was a little cardigan thing and it said 2-piece. And it said it was like £7 something. And I went, is this price right? And she said, yeah. I went, it's got on the label 2 pieces. I said, where's the second piece? Oh, she said, oh. So I don't know whether somebody had stole the other bit of it. I don't know. So she had to take it away and price it as a single item. Because if there was a top with it, it was a cardigan. If there was a top that went with it, like a twin set, it was nowhere around to be seen. La, la, la. I think I'll have a lie-in tomorrow. Whenever I say that, it never works out. Whenever I think to myself, Sunday, nobody's coming, nothing's happening, I'll have a lie-in. You can guarantee I'm awake about 6 o'clock in the morning. And yet, when I know I've got to get up because somebody's coming, somebody's calling, or I'm meeting somebody, you bet your boots I want to lie in then. I can be asleep until dinner time. Oh, if I get one more flipping text message about a COVID injection, I feel like saying, please stop sending them to me because I'm not coming. What about, I think I had one a day for a week the other week. You haven't booked your COVID injection yet. Blah, blah, blah. You haven't do your COVID injection. I don't want to do my COVID injection. And then I keep getting texts from the dentist. They cancelled my appointment. And now I'm getting text messages. You need to make one. You're overdue. You need to make one. I thought, well, if you hadn't cancelled it on me, I'd have gone already, but I'm not bothered now. I'm not going for them to tell me I need a root canal filling. I haven't got the money at the minute. I'm more concerned about my electric than my teeth. I haven't got toothache, touch wood. So they'll have to wait. And if they take me off the books, well, so be it. I'm not NHS anyway. I've got to pay. So I shall take my custom elsewhere. Oh, aren't you lucky? Every time they see me, they start talking root canal fillings and stuff, and I'm like, just take the tooth out. Just take it out. I do not have £300 and odd to do for a root canal filling. I must look wealthy. Do I look wealthy? Do I exude the air of someone with money in the bank? I had a phone call the other week. You know, you get them spam things. I stupidly answered it. Talking about investing my money. I said, well, you've rung the wrong number, love. I said, I certainly don't have any money to invest. How much I could make if I invested my money. I went, yeah. I said, first, give me some money. Now I've got one tooth that's broken in half. It isn't hurting, but I know they won't be able to fill it because it's broken in half. I'll be like one eater in a bit, won't I? I've only got the ones that show. No knit club this Monday because it's bank holiday. So I don't have to wrangle with the folding scooter, juggling my poor little back to bits while I would go to the tram. Oh, to be wealthy where you could just call a taxi every time you wanted to go anywhere. Wouldn't it be nice? When I lived in Prestwich, the girl next to me used to tickle me. She was on benefits, and yet she used to get a taxi every morning to take her little kid to school. And I'm like, how do you manage that? And he wasn't special needs, you know, he didn't get a free taxi or anything. Wouldn't have minded, the school were only up the street. I mean, I used to walk my son. Unless I was going to work, and then I did used to drop him off in the car and carry on going to work. But if it wasn't a work day or whatever, he used to have to walk it. He didn't walk on his own, he walked with a couple of kids off the same street. But those are the days when the kids could walk places on their own. I mean, I'm glad I had the childhood that I did, because, you know, the freedom we had as children. You know, you got kicked out in the morning with a bottle of water and a sandwich. They didn't expect you back until it was dark, you know. I used to love living in Wales. When I lived in Wales, I was about 7, I think. And one of my friends, her dad was a farmer. And he used to farm with cart horses. He had a tractor as well, but he used to farm with cart horses. We used to sit on top of this great big horse. Huge it was. 3 little kids, me, her, and her brother, used to sit on this horse while her dad was ploughing the field or doing whatever he was doing, yeah. We used to love it. Yeah, we did have a lot of freedom, didn't we, Chris? I mean, we grew up at the right time. Plus, there wasn't as much traffic. I lived in a village where, you know, cars was few and far between. People didn't own cars back then. You know, they were usually the doctor or somebody who owned a car, yeah. Yeah, you did. You know, you'd have it wouldn't be a lavish sandwich, but somebody's mum would always make you a jam sandwich, wouldn't they, or something. I mean, it was funny because people didn't have the money back then, yet they were more generous. You know, if you were a kiddie, somebody would always offer you something to eat or to drink. And yet, when you think about it, they had a lot less money. And like things were on ration when I was little, so they had a lot less food and stuff to throw about. But yeah, they always gave you something if it was only bread and butter. And if somebody's mum were baked, you know, somebody's mum made cake, oh gosh, wonderful that. You get given a little fairy cake, a little bun thing. Oh, lovely. I mean, kids today pull their noses up at a bit of bread and jam, wouldn't they? But we thought it was luxurious. Bit of meat paste on your butty. Shipham's meat paste, I always remember that. Or potted beef. Do you remember potted beef? It was like brawn stuff, wasn't there? But that's what you ate. That's what you got. I never actually had dripping. You know, dripping on toast. I never actually had that. My dad and my mum did when they were growing up. But, oh, this is great, isn't it? What time is it? 10 o'clock and already I'm yawning. Another 2 hours to go with me before I fall asleep. Oh, dear. I did actually sleep a bit last night. I'm not sleeping at all. I'll fall asleep in the chair, in the recliner. But then I'll get in bed and I'll be wide awake, yeah. You know, you get in bed and your brain goes, just kidding, just kidding. You thought you were tired? Well, you're not now. But the worst thing I have getting is leg fidgets. Every night I'm getting the leg fidgets. Really drives me crazy. It's supposed to be something like a lack of magnesium or something, if you look it up. Oh, sorry if I'm making you yawn. It's very catching. I know why. I've gone cold. I told you the other week, didn't I? As soon as I go cold, I yawn. I was yawning the other day at Knit Club Winter Val, making everybody yawn. Val thought I was going to nod off at any minute. I nearly did, actually. I was going, you know. Now we've got one lady there, she's blind, bless her. And she goes to Keep Fit because it's like a free Keep Fit at the same time as we do the Knit Club. And when she comes back, she nods off over her knitting. We're like, Terry, wakey, wakey. But like me, she's not been sleeping well. Must be in the air. The other night, 2 nights on the run, I was up, I was down, I was wandering around, I went in the front room, made myself a drink, got back in bed again, and no, I'm up again. So I warmed up my heat pad, got in bed with that, no, then I was too hot, so I had to get up then. I think I fell asleep when it was dawn and I was supposed to be getting up. And I get so mad. It doesn't help, does it, when you get angry when you don't get to sleep? Because you're not in the right frame of mind for falling asleep when you get mad. You know, you're like, right, I'm going to get in bed and I am going to go to sleep. Any wonder you don't. I've tried all the usual tricks, you know, the deep breathing, milky drink, you know, things, all the things. Listening to a story before I go to sleep. Oh, none of it works. None of it. If I'm not sleeping, I'm not sleeping. I've got up and read a book before today. Read the whole book. And then as it's daylight, it's dawning, and I'm finishing my book, I'm like that, falling asleep. I've decided my body just doesn't like my bed for some unknown reason. And it's a good bed, a good mattress. It's not an old one. I bought it new, you know, to come. I'm making Eric yawn. Well, I'm making everybody yawn at Knit Club, so I might as well make Eric yawn. Oh dear. No, some days, well, a lot of days I'm like that. I've got a yawn. I've gone cold, that's why I'm yawning. I've gone cold. Gone chilly. Da, 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 da. Looks a bit oly, doesn't it? It's not looking as tight. This is crepe, you see. I do like crepe. This is a bit flopsy. It's because I'm on a 325 because I can't get, well, I can get a 3. But it's not got a handle. And I can't deal with them when they haven't got a handle. Does anybody watch The Secret Yarnery? She must have some money, that woman. She was buying all these different crochet hooks. She was testing them. I mean, I admitted some of them were cheap. Some were from AliExpress and that. But she was testing all these different hooks, and she bought absolutely hundreds of these hooks. 17 hooks did she buy? She bought loads, didn't she? She was buying packets where there was like 5 and 6 in. But she was only paying about £4, wasn't she, for the 6 hooks? And then she was buying the expensive ones that were costing her $11 and $13, didn't she? You know, the tulip, or the tulip as she calls them, tulips. 17 different kinds with her. There was more than 17 hooks. because she was having like a 6-pack and 5 and 4, and she must have had hundreds of hooks to see which one she liked the best. I'm thinking, well, no. I couldn't buy all those hooks, even if they did come from AliExpress. Yeah, one out of each set she tested, did she? I mean, I know people would have been interested, but at the end, it's only her opinion, because we all like different hooks, don't we? You know, people swear by Clover, people swear by Prim. You know, I think everybody's got their own preferences, which is right, fair enough. It wouldn't do for us all to want the same kind of hook, because that would be a monopoly, wouldn't it? You know, one crochet hook business would be way out ahead of everybody else, yeah. I mean, when you're in a group of crocheters, you can guarantee that they all like a different kind of hook. I mean, people ask me, but like a lot of people don't crochet with an inline hook, which I do. But that's my personal preference. It's not me saying to you, oh, you've got to use this hook or that hook. You just use whatever makes you comfortable, whatever feels right in your hands. Some people like a short hook, some people like a longer hook. I can't use a short hook, it just seems too... I like the longer handles, yeah. And I've got used to these wooden handles or bamboo handles. Because with having a hand trouble, I can't grip a hook. I couldn't grip a hook this small if it didn't have a fatter handle. Because some of the very small hooks I've got are just like metal and they don't have a handle. I can't use them. Can't grip the handle bit, so I can't get my tension. We all have our funny little ways. And I find it difficult to crochet with the, is it Prim, that are like the plastic needles? Because these are metal, even if gone up to 12 and 15 millimetre, they're still metal. I can't crochet with them plastic ones, they sort of drag. As I say, other people love them. I don't knock anybody. Crochet with whatever you want. Crochet with your fingers, crochet with your elbow, you know, whatever. As long as you finish it off and as long as you enjoy doing it, that's the main thing. I've got to enjoy my crochet. If I can't enjoy my crochet, I can't do it. That's one reason why I'm not very good at taking any orders, because people want you to do this, that and the other. And if I'm not enjoying it, if it's a colour I don't like working with or a pattern I don't like doing, then that's me done. So I'd be rubbish at churning things out, just because a lot of people don't understand. They just think, oh, you know, you'd earn so much if you were to crochet this and that and the other. But if I'm not enjoying it, I don't want to do it. I'm a bit like, I want to crochet what I want to crochet. I'm one of those kind of people, you know. It's like some people love crocheting like amigurumi and little toys and things. It drives me potty, that. Some people make blanket after blanket, and that would drive me potty as well. We've all got our things we like doing. I try not to eat him, but I do have a nana nap. I'm not what I can be wide awake one minute and gone next. I don't go through the I feel sleepy stage. I go from watching the telly, well, the YouTube usually, watching the YouTube and crocheting to fast asleep in whatever. Hi, Connie. And I don't go through the I feel sleepy stage when I fall asleep in the chair. I go through... Do you ever get like twinging feelings in your hand, like you feel there's a fly crawling up your hand. I get it all the time. And I'm like that because I think there's a fly on me. The worst is dancing legs. I absolutely hate, you know, the dancing legs when you can't put them anywhere because they're. I've tried putting cream on them. I've tried, you know, putting them in the cold. I've tried putting them in the warm. I hate it when I get dancing fidgety legs. It's usually a hair, is it? Yeah. No, on my hands I've got there must be little nerve ends that twing. And it just feels like something's crawling up my hand. One, two, three, four, five. As I caught a fish alive. 5, 6, 7, 9. 7, 9, 8. Then I let him go again. Can't even count now. Oh dear. The other day I was writing something down and I'm like, how do you spell who? And I had a complete blank about how you spelt who. And I'm like, H-double-O. No, it's not who. And I could not spell that. It took me ages to realise it started with a W. I just had a complete and utter mental blank about how to spell the word who. Sometimes when I can't remember how to spell something, you have to redesign the whole sentence, don't you, to go about it in a different way, so you don't have to use that word you can't spell. My son used to have a good one, you know, and he said, how do you spell this, Mum? And he used to look in the dictionary and he used to say, but Mum, you've got to know how to spell it to look it up in the dictionary. And I thought, yeah, he's right, you do have to roughly know. And when it does auto-correct, it always auto-corrects in American for me. And I'm like, no, I don't want colour, C-O-L-O-R. No, I want a U in it, thank you. It's always telling me I've got spelling it wrong. I'm like, no, I am not spelling it wrong. I am Anglophile. It still feels too slack, this. I don't like slack crocheting. I don't want to watch other people on YouTube, and it looks nice when they finished it. But it goes against the grain with me too. I mean, that looks slack to me. And yet it's on a 325. I think I should have had like I say, I cannot get I'm making a cardi like the one I'm wearing. Making that cardi. But it's not looking firm enough to me. It's looking a bit slack. And I don't like slack crochet. I mean, it's like the hexes. I can't do the hexes on them big hooks. You know, like Amora does. I can't use that. To me, they look too floppy. I mean, she manages not to get hers to look droopy. But if I did mine on a big hook like she does, they'd flop all over the place. I like my cardigans to have a bit of structure, you know what I mean? It's like everybody else does hexes on about 5mm, 6mm. I do mine on a 4 or a 4.5. I just don't like the slackness. This is feeling too slack to me. You know, it's feeling too sloppy. Maybe it's just the wool that's sloppy. Oh, floppy. No, I mean, no, I don't want it to be like cardboard, but I don't want it to be on too big of a hook. Because there's either drape or droop in there. I don't mind drape, but I don't want droop. You know, when you've washed something that's on a big hook and it just goes, it's got no body on it, you know, no body to it. Doesn't hold its shape at all. Some people like that. They like big and baggy things, but I don't. It is, I mean, yeah, it is slack to me. It really is slack. I mean, it'd probably be all right when I've done a bit more. I think it's the wool that's, you know, with it being acrylic, it's got no structure to it. It's... Are you calling me a slack, Alice? As I was saying before, Nathan, Trevor said he's going to come on. He said he was sorry he didn't get on last week. But if I know Trevor, he won't come on tonight because he's found Canal Street and he thinks it's wonderful. He thought it was fantastic that two drag queens were having a dance about in the middle of the street and nobody was taking the blind bit of notice of them. I said they weren't in Manchester. You stand on a corner in Manchester and the whole League of Nations will walk past you and nobody bats an eyelid. Because he was saying that. He says, I love it, Jan, I just love it. I mean, you could walk through Manchester wearing hiking boots and a tutu and nobody would bat an eyelid, honestly. I just miss that, you know. I miss the sort of cosmopolitan, or whatever you want to call it, the League of Nations kind of vibe. I just love that. You know, that you hear all different languages being spoken as they go past you in the street, you know. It's just nice. Last time I went, I walked into the Arndale and there was all these people, different colours, and I'm like, I'm home, I'm home. I love it. There's two one colour where I live. I mean, what I used to, well, what I like wearing, nobody impressed whichever turned a hair, you know. As I say, you could walk down the street with a crinoline on and nobody would take any notice. But here, if you wear something a little bit out of the ordinary, they're all, ooh, what she got on? Ooh, strange woman. I hate having to tone down my sort of style. And I shouldn't have to, but I just feel awkward being me. I mean, look at me today. Look what I'm wearing today. Colourful Annie. As soon as I saw this dress, I thought, it's got to be me. Got to be me, that. Really got to be me. I bought a dress the other day. I'll be all right if I want to get married because it's white broderie only. Oh, I was sent Eric to bed without his supper. I hope he's had his Horlicks. My legs are worse when I get in bed. You know, I've got bad circulation. I've got neuropathy. My feet feel like they're crawling up like that when I'm in bed. Look at my hand. Can't straighten them out anymore. Look at that finger. Oh, fed up. Don't get old. It's not funny. And anything that comes between me and my crochet is a no-no for me. Absolutely. If I can't crochet, I'm absolutely moth-eaten, as we say. If you're in America, you will have no idea what I'm talking about. Moth-eaten means you're either you're fed up. I'm fair moth-eaten. It's nothing to do with moths eating you. You have some grand words. Gradely. We have some words that I know how to use them in certain situations, but I don't actually know how to explain them. I think that's what you call dialect, isn't it? Yeah. You know, if I say them, I know what I mean. But anybody else, when somebody says, "What do you mean by that?" I couldn't explain it. It's just like dialect that we use, yeah. Is it getting any better, do you think? Is it looking any better? It's only to go with one dress. Oh, look at that. Split a stitch. Oh, sugar. Oh, sugar. No, I have to come back. It's going to go in a hole because it's a split stitch. If I crochet into that, it might break, and then I would be so annoyed if I have a hole. Where is it? Where's it gone? There it is. Yep, split the stitch. Yeah, you get what? What do you get? A split stitch? I think we all have that, don't we? All have a split stitch. Oh, dancing legs. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? And they're twitching and, oh, you're trying to watch the telly and your legs are got a mind of their own. Your legs are doing a Michael Flatley, aren't they, you know? It's not the fact that they're dancing about, it's the fact that it just feels like things are crawling up their legs. I don't like that. Me no like it. Now, I haven't crocheted for 2 days and my fingers have been as bad as they've been when I crochet. Look at that finger. Look at it. Banana finger. So, I mean, resting hasn't improved them. You know, I've done no crocheting for 2 days. Since I rushed doing that pink poncho and I hurt my hands because I rushed it too much. So I rested them for 2 days. I've not done anything. But it's not made them any better. You don't know what to do for the best. Specialists, when you see them, always say, "Oh, stop doing it. You're making it worse." But you got it on your torso as well. No, it's just my legs that do the dancey bit. It's not all the time. It's just sometimes. And you start thinking, are they too warm? Are they too this? What have I eaten? Have I eaten something that's made me your legs twitch? And I go through the sort of gamut of what have I done? What have I had? What have I eaten? Is it my medication? Is it whatever? I think a lot of it is my medication, though. I think it's the tablets I'm on make my legs twitch, I think. I didn't have it as much before I changed the meds. I don't think it says on the side effects, you will have twitching legs. I don't think I'd like it on my torso though. Twitch, twitch, twitch. Be thinking you've got the fleas. And I'm like, oh, my legs had to put this right, that way, there. Well, don't know what to do with them. I put moisturise on them, trying to get them right, but no, that don't work either. Something to do with your nerve endings. I know I've got neuropathy, so it's something to do with your nerve endings. I could understand if I got twitchy feet, but I get twitchy legs. And my hands are cramping now. I used to be able to crochet for hours and hours on end, but not anymore. It's sad. Well, I'll tell you what I saw the other day. I've linked it actually. It's a YouTube pattern. It's a hexagon, but it's done in virus stitch. It's not all the way done in virus stitch because once you get past the shape of it and you have to do the extension bits, they do a different thing. Hi, Jane. Jane, how many Facebook pages have you got? I keep getting invites to your pages when I'm already your friend in. I don't know how many. Have you really started up a new Facebook page again, or is it just that somebody's spamming you? When I look at your Facebook, you've got about 4 pages. 4 Facebook pages. I thought she's trying to confuse me, the girl is. Whenever I get an invite to a page, I always double check back to see, whether it is a duplicate or whether it's just a spam thing. Because I don't accept it half of the time, and then there's a picture on somebody's page saying, please do not accept this invite from me, it's not me. Yeah. Now I've got it on my foot, something's crawling on my foot. On Facebook, I keep getting friends requests from you on Facebook, and I'm already on your friends requests. If you look at your profile, you've got about 4. When I type your name in, about four things come up. I had one off you last week. And I did send a message saying, have you started a new Facebook page? But I didn't get an answer. So I presumed that was a spammy one. Do 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 do. In the still of the night. Hello. I think I'm bereft of anything to say today. I'm usually quite chattable, but maybe I need a Coca-Cola. Maybe that's what I need. I always have my Coca-Colas on a Saturday night. And then I wonder why I don't sleep. All the caffeine. Nathan, you got a friend request from Jane because I noticed you'd accepted it. That's what I'm trying to say to Jane. How many Facebook pages has she got? Does she know there was another one? Hi, Enid. You've got 2. I've got 4. Did you got a Facebook request the other day? I think I did. I know you accepted it because you were one of the first ones. You said Nathan has accepted it. You're friends with both of them, yeah. I don't know which one is which one she's actually using. She's trying to confuse us. That's what it is. Yeah, I broke my neck trying to finish that pink poncho because the granddaughter was supposed to be coming up today. Anyway, she did not come. So she's going to have to post that poncho off because if you don't see her till summer, she might have grown. Children have this bad habit of growing, don't they? Oh, for goodness sake, get yourself a Coca-Cola. You were yawning all afternoon. I can't stop yawning. I've gone cold. I've gone shivery. Oh, absolutely shivers. I do this all the time. I was telling that to Val when I was at knit club. Everybody else was hot, and I had the shivers. My legs are freezing, but if I warm them up, I'll get the fidgets. Oh, it's great. Great fun. And now my rug's gone all to skew. Oh, can't get down there. If I don't come back, you know, I've fallen over. Trying to get my rug straight. Oh, that's a bit better. My rug had a in it. I'm going to get a Coca-Cola. 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 Oh, I nearly swore. I nearly sweared. I nearly did. Nearly said a rude word. What have I got in here? I've got, swirl bites. Oh, jeez. From the fabulous East. I've just seen some Turkish delight. I'm getting me blankie. I'm getting me blankie. Not my yellow blanket. My other blanket that I got made for me. I'm so lucky. Comes in really, really handy, does this? Comes in really handy. Oh, you can't go to delete the first one. Right. So you did make a new one about 2 weeks ago then? Right. Very useful, this. Very useful. Thank you, Jill. I think it was Jill that made it for me. Oh. If I button up my cardigan, it might be a bit warmer. Let's see if I match my buttonholes up. That's a bit better. Tuck it in. Maybe I'll get warmer. I like the way it's got a little zipper on it. Zip. You're supposed to undo it with. Oh, it did. Oh, that's cute. It did. Yeah, it's called Swirl Bites. I wouldn't exactly call it a bite, would you? I'd call it a twirl bit. Tiny little thing. They're not even the size of a postage stamp. Stop eating chocolate, Janet. Pepsi. Diet. Chocolate and a Pepsi diet. Can't beat it. Full fat with one hand and diet with the other. I need a new phone. I lost Instagram today. It just completely vanished off my phone. Anyway, my friend was coming up because her husband put the toilet seat on for me. So I said to her, I'm glad you've come. I said, find me Instagram on it. And she went in, she put it on. I didn't delete it. I keep getting messages on my phone saying, your storage is nearly full. So I go through and I have to delete a load of photographs and things. And then I do all of that and then it still tells me it's full. And I'm like, what's going on? Do you want to delete your unused apps? I'm like, no. If they are unused, I will delete them. But they couldn't have said Instagram was an unused app because I use it all the time. Oh, she got you some hot. I bet they were a lot cheaper than mine. I got mine from Amazon and they cost a fortune. And they went hard and sticky. As soon as I opened the box and sort of like the atmosphere hit it, they all went solid and dark yellow and then they stuck together. So that was the end of me. My Horlicks sweeties. Do, 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 do. Hello, mother, hello, father, hello, Jane, hello, Val. Shall we go through the hello, 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 hello? I bet Trevor doesn't come on. I bet he gets lured away by the delights of Canal Street. I keep getting adverts saying all my favourite TV programmes are coming back. And when I look, it's either Netflix, Acorn, or whatever. You're eating whole teas, powder with a spoon. I put 5 teaspoons full of Horlicks the other night in my drink, and it still didn't taste of Horlicks. And when they say nothing's changed, it has changed. It's got changed taste altogether. Horlicks now tastes like, you know, those knockoff type ones that, you know, Tesco's do, or when they do their own malted milk drink. It's not a patch on, you know, on Horlicks. Well, Horlicks taste is more like that now. You put me on the TV. Can't get enough of me, can you, Jane? I have to be in big smell-o-vision. I watch most people on the big screen, and then if I want to put a comment, of course I have to go on my other PC to put the comment because I can't comment on the telly. I'm terrible with these ones. So you open the packet, I have to eat them all. And I shouldn't. Oh, your phone was lagging. Oh, I know, it doesn't taste like Ribena anymore. I hadn't bought any Ribena for ages. And when I was living with my son, they'd gone to the supermarket and they had no Vimto. So he said, I bought you a bottle of Ribena instead. It didn't taste anything like it used to. I used to love Ribena when I was a kid. My mum used to get it, you know, to us for a special treat because it was always been expensive, Ribena, hasn't it? In fact, I think it's less per whatever now than it used to be. It used to be very expensive compared with wages. I know my mum used to dole this Ribena out like it was gold dust. Have you won on the lottery, Nathan and Linda? I know you check. Yeah, they take all the sugar and stuff out of it, don't they, though? You got nothing? I probably haven't when I checked mine. No, last week I said I hadn't won. I got two different lucky dips, but they didn't win me anything on Wednesday. Yeah, your canal journey. My friend's got a canal barge up for sale. Argy bargy. Probably be too small for you, though. You wanted a longer one, didn't you? And I was talking to Trevor, he said, people who want to own a canal barge should spend 4 holidays, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Then they can hack it. I said to him, was he on his boat? And he said, it's like living in a sardine can when it's hot. He said, there's no escape. And in the winter, it's freezing. You didn't get a number either. I probably won't have either. I'm not even looking. I don't even get excited anymore. It's terrible, isn't it, when you think, no, I'm not going to win. And yet you know damn well that if you use the same numbers each week, the week you don't put the lottery on, your numbers will be up. I know one week, my son used to be part of a syndicate at work when he worked. And they'd all given him the money and he had to put the lottery on and he wasn't going. And he said to me, will you put the lottery on for me? And I forgot. That's the one week I was praying that nobody would win. Anyway, they didn't. Yeah, you want some new, you had some new glasses. I had red glasses and teeth. Yeah, I was praying. I thought, oh my God, because it was a syndicate. So if they hadn't have won, I'd have owed about 30 odd people money. God, can you imagine? If all the numbers had come up, oh my God. It wouldn't have been so bad if I had to choose the numbers, but then I could have said none of them came up. But they had the same numbers every week. And it was before the days where you could put it on online. They've changed it online now. You can only do 3 weeks now. You can't do 4. I don't know why you can't do 4. But they don't tell me. I've had to start writing it on the calendar. They don't start telling me my tickets run out until the night of the. And if you don't see that email and you forget to put it on, that's when your numbers would come up, wouldn't they? So I've had to start writing it on the calendar when I need to renew it. I think so. I never get emails. Except to tell me that I've got a lucky dip. It's the only time I ever get emails from the lottery. Yeah, I play the same numbers, which is fatal. Because if you forget to put them on, you'll know what your numbers were. Oh, good. It's more. 4 weeks is easier because you get it when you get paid. And then it lasts till you get paid again, doesn't it? I like to know where I am with my standing orders and my things. But they keep messing about and changing the dates on things. Yeah, I do Wednesdays and Saturdays. I have to cover both things. I just wish they would make more winners with 1,000,000. That's what I wish. Instead of giving one person, a massive amount of money. If they have, like, say, 50 million to give away, they should make 50 winners. To make life more interesting, if you thought you would win, you've got a better chance of winning like 1,000,000. Because there's not many people that win the big numbers. I did win £30 the other week. I left it though there to pay for my ticket because it felt like I had a free ticket, a free week. But of course I didn't, because I probably paid more than 30 to win the 30. There's only one winner in them games, and that's the one who does the things. What am I eating? Twirl bites. Cadbury's chocolate, which no longer tastes like Cadbury's. I don't know what it tastes like, but it doesn't taste like Cadbury's. You could tell Cadbury's with your eyes shut, couldn't you? Just by the taste test. But now they've ruined it. I got some Cadbury's chocolate the other day. I couldn't even tell it was Cadbury's. It used to have this really distinctive taste. Now it doesn't. Sorry if you're in America, but the Americans have bought it over. So it doesn't taste anything like it used to. Something to do with either the corn syrup or something or other that they put in it now that they didn't before. It's all this EU rubbish, isn't it? Anything with flavour, it's gone. It's like people are frightened to death of putting flavouring in things. It's getting a bit bigger. Still sloppy, but I'm not pulling it back. I wonder if it's going to be nice tomorrow. Nathan said it is, but I don't trust it. I need to really go and put them seedlings out. I'm disappointed that most of my bulbs didn't come up. My hyacinths. I might get in the garden then. Don't forget, anything good in your craft room is on one side for me. If it's anything to do with fabric, it'll be on one side for your sewing group. The only thing you can save me, Val, is a couple of nice pieces of your little fat quarters or something like that, so I can make curtains eventually for my dolly house. Have you got any little pieces? £28. God, you've got bigger rooms than I've got in the whole bungalow. My bedroom's getting so crowded now I can't get in it. I put pictures up on Facebook of me 3 rails of crochet. You've been busy ironing? Oh my goodness me, I don't do ironing unless I really, really have to. I'm not planning any colours. Just nice colours for curtains for a dolly house. I haven't even decorated. Yeah, I put Kimberly's leg on it. How come? I don't know how that happened. 1 minute I'm putting pictures of my woolies on, and next minute I've got a picture of Kim's leg. Luckily, nobody would have known it was you, unless you admitted to it. I just don't know how it finished up on Facebook, because I don't remember. I didn't put it on as far as I know. It must have tagged on with that other picture. Yeah, Nathan said, "Is that your leg?" And I thought, what? And then Kimberly said, "Do you realise you just posted a picture of my leg?" And I'm like, no, I didn't pick it. Facebook stuck it onto the end of that picture of my rail. Yeah, well, you showed Facebook your shorts now. Luckily, most of Facebook didn't know it was you. Nathan thought it was me. I don't have legs like that, Nathan. I've got old crabby, old wrinkly legs. It was funny when it happened. I don't know how it happened. I really don't know. I definitely did not post it by design. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to post it. I just don't know how it posted itself. I only tapped on a picture of my reel. How did you think it was Kimberly's leg? How did you know it wasn't my leg? I know it wasn't old and wrinkly and hairy. That's why it wasn't my leg. The only thing I'm grateful for with my leg is I don't have varicose veins. That's the only thing I haven't got on those legs. I've got awful red patches, but I don't have any varicose veins. when the summer brings out the shorts and you get these elderly men and they've got like really knotted varicose veins on their legs and you're like, oh, please, wear your trousers. I've got three pairs of shorts, but they come down to my knees. They're not short shorts, but I only wear them in the garden. I don't wear them if anybody's around. But to be honest, it's not been that warm to put my shorts on. Look at all the ironing. I don't iron unless I really, really have to. A lot of the things that I buy, well, they may look better if I ironed them, but I don't. I don't buy a lot of like cotton dresses anymore like I used to. I used to have loads of cotton dresses and I had to iron all of them. Otherwise they look such a mess. And because I don't have a tumble dryer, I iron dry a lot of mine outside. I think the wind blows the wrinkles out. I've got a friend's coming back from painting. She went down to scatter the ashes of her granddad. Put my shorts on. I don't want Colin next door to faint. Poor lad. If he was looking out of his conservatory window, he might have a little heart attack. Seeing my horrible hairy legs. I'd have to shave them, Val. You know me. Well, I can't shave. Well, I could shave them with an electric razor, I suppose. But I can't use creams because it breaks out my eczema. And I can't use an ordinary razor in case I nick my leg because I've got that lymphedema. My swimming costumes, I actually sold them on Vinted. They were all miles too big for me. And they were brand new. They had tags on them, the swimsuits. I've still kept two, but they're 2 miles too big for me. Colin would have to put his bungalow up for sale if I put my cosy on. I used to put my cosy on when I went in the hot tub, when we had a hot tub. But it was so windy in that garden. It's all right being in the hot tub, but the wind used to catch the back of my neck and I used to come out with my neck aching. I could never get down in the water, without drowning myself to get my neck warm. I used to howl across that garden, the wind, from the sea, because we were so close to the seafront. I used to say to my son, can we not build a wall? If I had a two-piece, Jane, it would be a t-shirt and leggings. All is safely covered up. No, I never show my legs at all. They're just a mess, my legs. It's because of eczema, psoriasis, you name it. They never used to be bad. I used to get them out, my legs. I used to wear, shorts a lot when I was younger, but when you get older, your skin goes thinner. So any sort of residual things that you have, like eczema and psoriasis, come up to the surface. And as I say, I've got lymphedema on my legs, so if I bang them or knock them, it's just a nightmare, as Val will tell you, because her husband has the same thing. I'm scared to death of knocking them. It's fun getting old, isn't it? As I say, the only thing I haven't got is varicose veins. At least I've not got the road map of England snaking up my leg. Oh, I hate to see that. Elderly men wearing shorts with big knots in the varicose veins. Oh, makes me cringe. I know they can't help it, bless them, but no. Or older people wearing short shorts. Not a good look. Cover up your legs there, girls and boys. Knees. I don't think when you get past a certain age, your shorts shouldn't be any higher up than your knee. Because it's not a pretty sight. Or sandals and socks. Oh, I don't like guys with big bellies. And they always have the shorts that go under the belly. And then the t-shirt stops above the belly. And I'm like, oh, please. Then they say, oh, I'm only a 32 waist. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not a 32 waist. You're a 32 under your belly. If you measured round your belly, you're probably a 44 waist. A nice two-piece. Yeah, the 32-inch waist under the belly. I hate to see that, where the trousers go like that under the bellies. And then the t-shirt stops, doesn't it? And you've got this Pooh Bear swinging thing hanging down. I think socks to your knees look better with shorts. It reminds me of like the old colonials, doesn't it? Or it ain't half hot, mum. They always used to wear knee socks, didn't they? But when they wear white sports socks with sandals, or worse still, ordinary socks, like woolly socks with sandals, no, not a good look. I don't like flip-flops. The noise they make when they're walking behind you, going flip, 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 slap, 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 slap. Ugh, it's really annoying. I don't know whether everybody else thinks it's annoying. Is it just me? The noise just irritates the heck out of me when they're like flap, 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 flap when they're walking. Or people who, what my mother used to say, slur their feet. They don't. I've got some cheap Crocs, but I only use them in the garden. I used to use them for picking up the dog poo. Well, not actually with the thing. Air your feet. Yeah, but they slap, slap, slap. They sound awful. Horrible. Sliders, they call them now these days, don't they? Make them sound a bit more with it than flip-flops. We're supposed to think they're trendy when they're sliders. No, I wouldn't wear my Crocs out in the street. No, actually, they're red. I had them when I used to go out into the grass, you know, to pick up the poop for the dogs, because if you actually accidentally studied anything, you could always wash it off, you see. So that's what I used to have, Crocs for the garden. I've still got them here. Is that why you knew it wasn't my leg? Well, because it had a flip-flop on it. My Australians call them thongs, don't they? I mean, we have a completely different word, don't we, for thongs here? They call shoes thongs. Well, he knew it weren't an old wrinkly leg. That's how he knew it wasn't mine. An old wrinkly hairy leg with a pair of flip-flops on. No, ain't mine. I see that Venezuela Fury, whatever she's called. She wore white Crocs to her wedding, didn't she? I've got a friend who's very Croc obsessed. Oh, you knew it wasn't mine. I don't have a patio door, so I knew it wasn't mine. I used to have a patio door, didn't I? Used to have a lovely patio door. Used to have a lovely decking and a lovely garden. And what have I got now? A ratty-tatty conservatory and a backyard. I had a flipping seagull on my conservatory again this morning, doing the Michael Flatley dance. And I'm like, shoot, go away, shoot, shoot. And it stood there going at me. Yeah, they should call them flappy slappies, shouldn't they? Not flip-flops. Flappy slappies. Yeah, as I was saying before, I don't like people who like slur their feet, as my mother would say. In other words, they don't pick their feet up when they're walking. You can hear them going slurp, 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 because they just slide their feet. And then they wonder why the shoes wear out. And I did that. My mother used to yell, pick your feet up. You just wear the soles of your shoes out if you do that. Slide your feet instead of picking them up. I never wear shoes out. And I don't walk much now. But even when I did walk, I never wore my shoes out. And I never wore them down, you know, like some people wear them down at one side. I never did that. My shoes used to last years. Because I never wrecked them. Very light on my feet. I'm not now. Clodhoppy. No, other friends, you know, used to be forever buying shoes. So that's because you don't pick your feet up. It's because you slide, you wear out the soles twice as fast. Yeah, my mother used to yell at me, pick your feet up, pick your feet up. You're wearing your shoes out, pick your feet up. She was right. So I did. One of my friends used to be saying, "Stop," Caroline's was called. "Caroline, stop sliding your feet." I wouldn't mind, but she used to do this marathon running and everything. And yet when she was walking along beside you, all you could hear was slip, 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 slip. She must have picked her feet up when she was running in a marathon. Otherwise, she wouldn't have any trainers left by the time she got to the other end. I don't know how come she got into that. She didn't do it all the time. She just took it up as she got older. Perhaps she found a boyfriend that was a marathon runner, I don't know. She did quite well. She got loads of medals now. I mean, she's the wrong end of 40 now. She's probably... No, she must be 50 because her son's 30. So she must be about 50 now, yeah. Time flies. I knew her son when he was 2. And now he's 30. Flipping heck. You still think of them, don't you, when you don't see them? You still think of them as that little kiddie that you used to know. I think he gets married this year, I'm not sure. One of my friends has just got married in America today. And he put a picture up of like a cowboy boot. And he said, "This is how you know you're marrying an American. These are her bridal shoes." They're a pair of cowboy boots. I don't know what outfit she was wearing. He did put it live on Facebook, but it was when I was starting my video. It would have been up like now kind of thing. He was putting his wedding up live for all the people who are back in Manchester, because he's from Manchester. I don't know where she's from. I haven't noticed. He met her in England, actually. She was... Would you believe he met her in his local in Manchester? I don't know quite why an American girl was in his local. She must have been over here for a reason. Anyway, he's been dating her backwards and forwards for about 4 years now. Anyway, he's got married. He's getting married today. Well, he'd be married by now. So I don't know whether they're going to live over here or live over there. I've not asked. Not asked. I don't know whether it's easier for her to come to live here, because it's hard, isn't it, to get over there? Because, I mean, obviously Dougie works over here. Perhaps she wants to come to the UK. I don't know what the situation is these days with spousal visas and stuff. They make it so difficult for anybody who's like legitimately marrying someone from somewhere else, and yet they let any beggar in, don't they? I mean, it's obviously not a marriage of convenience because they've been dating for 4 years, yeah? Who knows? Yeah. No, well, if he's going to live over here, which I presume he is, because he's got a job and everything over here, I presume his bride is coming over here. I've never had that problem of wanting to marry somebody from a different place. I've never had that problem of wanting to marry anybody. I've been single since I've been 40-something. Quite happily single. I've had boyfriends, but I've never wanted to remarry, really. There was only one that I might have considered marrying, but that didn't last, so. But the time I was going out with him, I was actually technically still married. So I couldn't have married him if I wanted to. I'd have had to get a divorce. But he didn't want to get married anyway, so. Yeah, I'm too set in me. Well, at my time of life, good grief. I'm too set in me ways, Jane. I'd like a friend. I don't mean a friend with benefits. I mean just a friend. Well, to me, a friend with benefits means he's got a driver's license, and a hammer and a drill. That's my idea of a friend with benefits these days. One that's got, still got the driver's license. That's my idea of a good man. I think I've left it a bit late now. My bait's gone off. Oh dear. Oh, it is in my case. No. It is with me. Too late. Much too late. As I say, I would like a friend. I'd like a male friend, but a friend is what I mean. Not anything else. I'm not in the market. Bit of love, bit of romance is nice, but I'm not in the market for anything else. And to find somebody, you've got to be looking, haven't you? And I'm not looking. Yeah, company. Somebody to go on holiday with, somebody to go out for the day with. That's what I'm after. Not anybody who wants to move in. No. There's hardly room for me and all my junk in this bungalow without anybody else's junk. Anybody who brings more than one change of clothes is not welcome. There's nowhere for him. There's definitely no room in the wardrobe. I'm not clearing out half the wardrobe for anybody. Well, you get that way. You get very selfish. I've been on my own too long now. I've been on my own since, as I say, longer than I was married. I've been on my own longer than I was married, yeah. You just get set in your ways, don't you? I mean, when you're younger, you'll compromise, won't you? You're in love and all that jazz. But when you're older, you think, nah, I'm not sacrificing my half of the bed for anybody. It was bad enough sharing it with the dog. The boxer cross, he was huge. He used to snore like a drain. Mind you, the bloody French bulldog used to snore worse than the boxer did. When I said I used to share my bed with the boxer, I don't mean like, one of them boxers. I mean a boxer dog. I used to wake up and think, what the heck's it? And he'd come right up in my ear. You wake up wondering who the heck's in bed with me? Do I sleep in the middle? I sleep all over the place. Start off at one side, finish up at the other side. Sometimes I'm in the middle. I rove about. Yeah, they have push noses, you're right. Actually, Trixie was very well bred. She was quite good with her breathing. It's the ones that have been bred too much and inbred that have the pushed-in noses. Our Trixie wasn't too bad for a Frenchie. She only snored when she was sleeping. She didn't snore all the time. I mean, some Frenchies snore when they're walking about, don't they? No, the vet said she'd been very well bred. And I mean, some Frenchies have to have an operation to widen the nostrils so that they can breathe. But she never had to have that done. She's very, very good lineage. Yeah, my Buster used to hog the bed. If I moved to one side, he'd come with me. He always had to have his back next to my backs. So wherever I was, he was always like right next to me. It was nice though. I used to like them, you know. I'd rather sleep with him than sleep with a fella. One of my boyfriends, he was absolutely brilliant. He used to just cross his arms and go to sleep, and he never moved. He didn't go all over the bed or kick his legs out or anything. He just used to go to sleep and never move. No, I thrash about all over the place. I wake myself up half the time. Well, I used to snore really, really badly, but it was because I had sleep apnea. I mean, now I don't snore because I have a... Oh, you'd love me. I've got a Darth Vader mask on that goes... It's like sleeping with a Hoover on. Couldn't get used to it for ages, but I've got used to it now. I've had it for about, I don't know how many years I've had it now. Yeah, apparently I used to really snore badly, but my ex didn't used to snore much. No, can't remember him snoring much. He used to talk in his sleep. Wake me up to tell me instructions. And the following morning he'd deny all knowledge of it. So what the hell did he wake me up for? What? I didn't do that. He used to shake me awake, tell me some rubbish and go back to sleep again. Meanwhile, I'm wide awake going, what the heck was that? I was laughing, watching on Facebook today. It was Dawn French. She'd gone in for some little minor operation. And, you know, she said she remembers him going and saying count backwards, you know, like 10, 9, 8. And then that was it. She didn't. Next thing she remembers was waking up. And the surgeon said to her, do you remember what you said to me? And she goes, what? I didn't say anything to you. She said, I just remember counting backwards, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. He said, no. She'd said, apparently, take good care of me because I'm a national treasure. And she said, oh, how embarrassing. Oh, dear. Yeah. Mind you, he was like my son. He's got a short neck. They snore like anything when they've got a short neck. Oh, charming. She wakes up with bruises all over her legs saying, what happened in the middle of the night? No, I couldn't get used to this. It's like white noise, you know, this CPAP machine. But I got used to it now. I can't sleep without it now. It's like too quiet if I don't have it on, you know. It's a bit claustrophobic though, having a mask. When I first had it, I thought, I'm never going to get used to this mask. Never. But surprising what you do, yeah. Yeah, don't forget, put things on one side if you think I'm going to like them. You know how much I need more junk. Any little pieces that you think, I've got 9 windows on my dolly house. I think it's 9. Or it might be 7. Quite a lot of windows anyway. Might be 7 windows I've got. I've got to sew curtains from. They've got curtain rods. And I've got the lace to make the lace curtains. Got that bit. I need it painting and I need it decorating. I stuffed it in the spare room and it's like kind of out of sight, out of mind, if you know what I mean. If it was staring me in the face every day, I might get round to it. Because it's in the spare bedroom. I've always got something else to do. I want to get to the knitting machine, but I've always got something else to do. I should just stop what I'm doing and finish putting the knitting machine together. Finish the ribbers not on properly yet. Put it all back together again, and then I can start using it. Man, you've forgotten. Yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday, Val, unless you're going on holiday again. Tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la. Well, Trev didn't come on. I told you he's been seduced by Canal Street. That's where he's been. Because it's really fun down there on a Saturday night. If that's where he's at, he'll be having a whale of a time. He was so in love with Manchester. It's a fantastic place, he said. I said, I know. Your phone's dying. Okie dokie, see you later, Jane. What time is? Oh, it's 25 to 12. I've done quite a bit tonight, even though it does look a bit slack, but I think it'll be all right. It's a summer cardigan. Yeah, see you next week, Jane. Yeah, we've got no Shad again tonight, have we? He's obviously gone to a fish fry or something, or a ham roast, or whatever it is he goes to. He's a very sociable creature, is our Shad. I like barbecued chicken. I keep thinking I'll get not a big barbecue. I'm just talking about a piddly little camping type barbecue, only a little one. Not one of these massive, great, whopping big things that cost hundreds of quid. I'm talking about a little thing, you know, that you put a bit of charcoal in. They're almost like a throwaway one, aren't they? Yeah. But I do love a barbecue bit of chicken. I was going to get one last year, and I don't know what happened. I didn't get one. I had one when I was at my house, but I left it out in the rain and it went rusty because it was only a cheap thing. I should have put it in the garage, but I never did. My fire pit will probably go rusty because I'm leaving that out. I didn't burn it. My friend's son burnt some cardboard for me. So I put all the ashes in when it gone cold, put them in a plastic bag and shoved them in the bin. I'm just going to burn one piece at a time, as it comes in, the cardboard. He was quite disappointed. He wanted to carry on burning. He was like, fire. When it was time for him to go home, he said, no, I want to put more pieces on. She said, no, we're going. She says to me, if he turns out to be an arsonist, she said, I'm blaming you. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I've just defrosted a pork chop for tomorrow. I'm trying not to go big shopping. As I told you, I'm being cleaned out by the electrician, if you know what I mean, so to speak. Money-wise, I meant money. He's not coming till the 11th of June, so I've got a little bit of time to save a bit more. I'm trying not to go big shop. I'm trying just to manage with what I've got in the freezer. I mean, obviously things I can't help, aren't they, like the bills. The standing orders and things, I can't help them. But the only thing I can cut back on is the food bit. And not buying silly things from Amazon, which I don't really need and I keep buying. So I'm going to stay away from Amazon for a week or two. If I could just do a month or two without spending much, I'll be back on track again. Well, I won't be back where I was before I pay the electrician, but you know what I mean. I'll be back on to doing a bit of saving. Of course, when I won the lottery tonight. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Mm-hmm. I'm getting really, really tired, but yet just watch. As soon as I get in bed, I'll be wide awake again. I'll be like, ding. I can be really tired sat on the edge of the bed, and yet the minute I lie down in bed, it's like, ding. It's like my brain says, you thought you were asleep, but you're not. And all the stupid thoughts in your head from like last week go through your head and keep you awake. Oh, I should have done this, or I should have said that, or why did I do that, or why did I buy that? Keeps you awake then. All the daft things you did. Which in my case is quite a lot of things, yeah. Because I am prone to do stupid things, yeah. It's like I bought a paper shredder, to shred all the bills and things up. And then I buy a fire pit. I could have saved not buying a shredder and just gone straight to the fire pit, couldn't I? And burnt the bills that way. Well, I don't mean the bills, but you know, the bank statements and rubbish that you keep. The stupid thing is, if I pay my electrician cash, I've got to send the money over to my niece. And my niece will get it out of her bank for me because I've got no ID. So every time I go to the bank, they won't let me have it. I'd have to go to the bank about 6 times or something like that to get the money out, because I'm only allowed to draw it so much at once. It's wicked stupid. The last time I tried to get money out in a bigger amount, I had a blooming argument with a teller. And she says, well, you need to get yourself a passport. I said, why? I'm not going anywhere. She said, well, you've got no ID. I said, yeah, I know, I'm telling you, I've got no ID. Not my fault. I don't drive and I'm not going abroad. So why would I spend £100 on a passport? Just to get some ID? Stupid. Why can't we have an ID card like they do in other countries? Yeah, it's a bit of a beggar. Well, there's no banks anyway around here to get me money out of. I'd have to just keep going to the hole in the wall. My niece can get to hers because she's got a car. We haven't got a bank around here anymore. We've got a hub, but you've got to go on the right day for your bank. It's a hub, but one day it's Barclays, one day it's such a thing, one day it's NatWest, one day it's whatever. So if you go on the wrong day, you can't get your money. Stupid. It's all right saying that, but when you've got a query, all you get is that silly bot thing, don't you? I am here to help you. I do not understand. Can you do that again? Are you typing? This one kept telling me, I don't understand you. Can you put it another way? And I'm like, get me a supervisor. I want to talk to somebody. I understand you wish to talk to someone. Is that correct? Yes. And eventually you get through to some person. And if you're lucky, they're English. And, or at least English speaking. And they sort it out in 2 seconds flat. You've been all around the houses for half an hour with that bot. Do you want to do this? No, I've just told you what I want you to do. I want to do this. I don't understand you. Can you do it at 4? You feel like throwing something at the screen. I was like that with Amazon the other day. Amazon did not understand what I was trying to tell them. I'd ordered a mask because my mask had come apart and the one that arrived was broken. And I was trying to return it to them. Oh, but a performance. I don't understand. We have given you a QR code. I'm like, I cannot print out a QR code. Well, there is a QR code. I don't understand what you mean. You can take that QR code to the post office. I haven't got a machine that will understand. And eventually I said, get me somebody. I want to speak to somebody. And he come on and said, what's the problem? I said, I haven't got a phone that will recognise the QR code. I said, so there's no good you sending me one. Unless you send me an email out and I can maybe print it off and then take that to the post office. Anyway, eventually he said, I'll just give you a refund. He said, just keep it. So I've now got a broken mask. I suppose I could use the other bits. There's no point sending it back because it was broken. He must have squashed it in delivery. So what good would it be sending a broken one back again? I said, it's broken. I said, it's no good to them if I send it back. They can't send it out again. I'm not complaining because I don't want it. I'm just saying it's broken. So anyway, he said, oh, I'll give you a refund. Just keep it. So it is better to talk to a human. So I did thank him profusely and say he was very good, and customer service, he was brilliant at his job and all that kerfuffle. Made him feel good. As my mum used to say, you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. I've got one, I won't say she's a friend, an acquaintance. She's always got this problem. And whenever she's on the phone, she yells at them and calls them all the names under the sun. And then she says, "Don't help me." And I'm like, well, I wouldn't help you if you went on the phone and started ranting and tanting at me. I wouldn't help you either. Whereas I go on the phone and say, "I'm very sorry, but, you have to speak slowly to me because I'm elderly, don't always understand you. And then they'll say, "Oh, it's all right. Yeah, we'll help you. We'll walk you through it." And they're always really, really nice. You don't have to yell at anybody. And I always thank them when they've gone, saying, "Thank you so much for taking the care, thank you." And if there's any customer references, I will give you a glowing report and all that jazz. And they say, "Oh, thank you, and all that." I suppose it must be nice that somebody's not yelling at them. I mean, my late friend, my neighbour, she passed away, unfortunately. She used to work for O2. And she used to say the abuse she used to get from people, from their mobile phones had gone wrong or they didn't query in a bill or something. She said it was dreadful. She said it was really abusive on the phone. I said I couldn't work in a call centre. Couldn't. Not take all the flack that you have to take. There was someone in the post office yesterday. No, not yesterday, the day before. I got in the post office and my things wanted to be weighed and then I was paying the woman. And this woman had a QR code and she had it on her phone. And the machines at the post office wouldn't read it. She tried to read it, this woman, and then she gave it to a colleague and a colleague couldn't read it. And she said, "I'm very sorry, our machines won't read your QR code." Well, she went off at a tangent. And she's there. I thought there's absolutely no need for it. She said, "You're incompetent, you're this. I go to another post office and they don't have any problem reading my QR code, blah, blah. It's just you." And everybody in the post office was going, "What a rude woman." I said to another woman afterwards, I said, "No need for all of that. No need for it at all. Not your fault that your equipment wouldn't scan a QR code. It was her fault. She must have took a wonky picture on her phone." And she's like shoving this phone in people's faces. And then this woman was talking to her and she had her phone in her hand. And she goes, "And I'll have my phone back, thank you." What a rude woman. Well, the woman wasn't keeping her phone, she was just had it in her hand because she was still trying to read the QR code with this gizmo thing they had to do. And like this woman was going to keep her manky phone anyway. "And I'll have my phone, thank you. She's got my phone." She's going to launch this phone right at you in a minute. I think your lucky stars is a glass screen there. Otherwise, it would be flying. It would have been if it had been me. I say, "Have your flipping phone?" They've thrown it over the screen at her. And she was going out and she was saying to the queue, "Da, da, 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 da." And everybody in the queue was like, not siding with her at all. They were all like, the poor women behind the counter are doing their best, And they were ever so polite. They weren't rude at all to her. They were so polite. Only doing the job. I mean, I know some people are awkward. Some people behind counters can be awkward, but they weren't being that at all. They were being so pleasant, trying to help her. That's the way it is with some people. Always got an axe to grind, as we say. Time is, oh, it's 10 to the witching hour. 10 to the witching hour. Everybody's gone quiet. I think they're all sleeping. Linda nodded off last week. She's probably nodded off again. I shall have to have a word with our Trevor. Excuse me, you said you were coming up. Where are you? I'm in Canal Street. I love more Manchester. I love your town. I love your city. So do I, Trevor. So do I. You're back in bed. Oh, I thought you said you're back in bed. I was going to say, how can you be ironing in bed? How much ironing have you had to do? How many weeks washing have you done? Stop buying things that need ironing, Kimberly. I do. Eat it. Oh, I don't like them flumps. They're like marshmallow things, aren't they? That says me, who's just eaten a full bag of twirl. Oh, you just left it. What, the flump or the ironing? I used to iron out on the deck, listening to the birds and everything. Couldn't iron in the house. Because I have to sit down when I iron because I can't stand. Yeah, stop buying things that need ironing. Buy fabric, don't buy cotton. Just buy things you can just swill through and they just dry. Mind you, my things get pegged on the line so they don't wrinkle much. My washer must be quite a good one. It doesn't screw everything up. I had one washer, and when it was on its last legs, everything used to come out like they were friends. All the sleeves would be tangled up together, and you'd have to separate it all before you could peg it on the line. Oh no. If I was expecting company in my youth, when I used to get company, I would iron the bedding on the bed. I'd put the sheet on the bed and I'd iron it on the bed. Run the iron over it. Not that when I had a boyfriend, not that I don't think he would have noticed if I hadn't have ironed it. I would have hoped he was too enamoured with me to notice whether there was wrinkles in the bedding, yeah. Do you know I've got a steamer and I've actually never used it. I bought it when I came here because I didn't have an ironing board at first when I first came here. And I bought this little steamer and I've never used it. It's still in the box. I mean, I watch Amora and everything she crochets and that, she steams. But she uses acrylic and I'm thinking, surely it kills it, you know? I wouldn't want to steam acrylic. I'd be thinking, no, I don't even want to iron acrylic, you know? It loses its nature. It kind of goes all, it's plasticky, isn't it, acrylic, no matter how good your acrylic is. I might lightly run an iron over it, but usually I just damp it and pin it out, yeah. But I don't want to steam anything. She steams everything, Amora. And I'm like, I think I'd ruin it if I did it. Perhaps there's a knack to not steaming it too much, you know what I mean? But I've heard of other people. I watch another girl, she's called Crochet Junction. She's friends with them that used to be on that World of Wool thing. You know, that there was a lad on it, weren't there, that used to do this intricate sort of stuff. I think two of her friends used to be on there. And she steams everything. I'm scared. I put all that work in something, and then I steamed it, and I'd made a mess of it. I think I'd cry. I used to have a big steamer when I lived in Prestwich, but it was useless on anything like a t-shirt or anything. You can't beat a good iron, for a cotton t-shirt. They didn't get the wrinkles out at all. I thought it'd be better, because it was like on a big coat hanger. It was a great big steamer. But it wouldn't do for me dresses because I wear maxi dresses and they were on the floor and you couldn't get to the on the floor bit. You could only steam the top half of your dress. So I gave it up as a bad job. I think I gave it away actually when I moved. This one I've got now is only a tiny little handheld one. So maybe it's not that powerful. Maybe it wouldn't wreck acrylic. Maybe I'll try it on something I'm not that fussed about. I've got one cardigan that's gone all fluffy, and I use it for a bed jacket when it's cold. Maybe I'll try and see what a steamer does on that first. Well, I've had my cameras on charge. My friend was going to look at the cameras for me, but when we looked at them, neither one of them was charged up. So I don't know whether this charged or it hasn't. No, hasn't charged up. No, hasn't charged. Well, that was a good do, wasn't it? Not charged at all. Maybe I'll put it on the other charger, the one that's a quicker charger. Can't even unplug it now. That's my camera. It just won't switch on. So obviously it has not charged. Let's see if the other one's charged up. I can't unplug it. And that one's not charging up now. That's not charged up. So I don't know whether this one's charged up. Neither of them have charged up. Oh, that one has. Welcome, that one says. This is the one I couldn't change. I couldn't change it from the camera to the video, this one. I remembered what this one is. Yeah, this is that one. This one's stuck on camera and it won't go onto the video. So that one has charged up, but that's the one that's the useless one. Oh, great. It's got an SD card in here. So as I said, that has charged up. The other one hasn't charged up at all. Oh, great. Oh, great Lord. What does that one charge? I don't even know where that one it charges up there. That's that one. And it hasn't charged at all. It's great fun, isn't it, this, Kimberly? Great fun. I'll have to put that on a quicker charge and see whether it'll charge on the other charger. I haven't charged up from my tower. But the other one charged up off the tower and the other one doesn't work. Oh. And I won't see you now until next week. So I still can't use my camera. Oh, joy, oh, joy, oh, joy. Right, I'm going to be going now. It's midnight. I'm going to fold up my lovely quilt. It's kept my legs warm. And go to beddy bows. Wish me luck and hope that I can sleep. Yes. Well, good night, everybody, and thank you for keeping me company. So wish me luck with my sales. Maybe I should get some pennies. Don't forget, I've got 2 more videos to make. 2 more videos trying to flog me stuff. So do have a look. The trouble is, you see, I'm like preaching to the converted, aren't I? Everybody that looks at my stuff already knits or crochets and just wants the pattern. So, I'm flogging a dead horse, really. That was one camera that didn't charge up. Oh, well, I shall plug it in and see if it charges up tonight, overnight. We shall see what we shall see. Right, everybody, thank you very much for your company. Have a good weekend and go somewhere nice. And, let's hope you do. Hope it's nice weather. And that tomorrow and Monday, you've got lots of things to do. I haven't, but never mind. I might plant my plants. You never know, you look. Might do. So bye, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye.